For the simplest issues that can be wrong, there are times when a home remedy can be the perfect solution. Trying to decide if a home remedy is the best solution for your needs is something that should be determined based on your own particular situation, rather than trying to compare your situation to that of someone else. It is also extremely important to realize that there are times when a doctor is much better equipped to handle your problem, or another professional. Trying a home remedy is all about saving money, using natural solutions, and also ensuring safety. With this in mind, it can be a lot of fun to venture off to find the perfect home remedy for whatever ails you. Just be very sure that you are looking for a home remedy that is safe. If you are looking towards home remedies that are a bit dangerous, you could find that you are encountering a lot of complications and also putting your health in severe danger. It is extremely important to closely monitor situations to ensure that safety is a key concern, but also ensure that you are giving proper attention to the remedy. Many people swear by home remedies. They very rarely even venture to the doctor, and due to this they can avoid most doctors' visits, ensure that they remain healthy, and also reduce the amount of medication they are required to take during their life. It is extremely important to understand that while a home remedy can solve many problems, there are some situations which will require a visit to the doctor. As long as you are able to safely distinguish between the situations that require a doctor's attention and those which can allow you to use a home remedy, you can typically use the remedies quite safely. The simple reality is that as long as you are dealing with an ailment that is rather small or minor, a home remedy can be the perfect solution. It is extremely important, however, to ensure that you see a doctor for any serious problems. A great home remedy can often be better than a doctor simply due to the ability to be carried out in the actual home, rather than being forced to seek treatment in a doctor's office, which can often be cold and unfriendly. Being able to provide simple treatments in the home is a great way to improve your health as well, rather than having to wait until you are completely ill before seeking out treatment. Many people start administering home remedies at the very first signs of problems and sickness. With home remedies offering a much more natural treatment option than most doctors are comfortable following, it can also be compared to a much greener lifestyle. Rather than consuming potentially toxic medications, home remedies will almost always allow you to use natural ingredients that are not harmful to the body at all. This makes them extremely safe, and can also allow them to frequently be used even for young children, rather than needing a separate medication to treat children and adults. Of course, home remedies are not for everyone. They will typically require a bit of additional time and patience in order to actually successfully treat the ailments. As you can imagine, a home remedy can be easily modified to allow a customized solution to your specific problem. Most doctors are simply unable to devote the time and resources to providing each patient a completely customized solution. Due to this, it can be incredibly difficult to work out all of the details that are needed when seeking treatment from a doctor. Many people find that home remedies are also much easier to fit into their schedules than trying to work out numerous doctor's visits as well. This is just another reason in the growing list why many people feel that home remedies are much better for them than a standard doctor's visit. Everybody at some time or another has decided to take a fabulous vacation out to the beach, the desert, or someplace else that they normally do not venture. The trip is always wonderful, filled with fun, and somehow in the excitement the sunscreen is forgotten, or you are so wrapped up you stay out a bit too long. This has happened to practically everyone capable of walking. In order to avoid all of the pain that sunburns create, it would be necessary to live our lives entirely indoors, and this just is not much fun. After all, then there would be no baseball games, no swimming on the beach, and plenty of other great activities. In order to calm the intense pain that sunburns can cause, it is important to know how to treat them. Of course, prevention is always the best advice, but for those times when a burn is unavoidable, it is important to know the proper treatment methods. These can help you to avoid screaming in pain each time you lay down to sleep, and also allow others in your family to come within 50 yards of you. Without a good treatment plan, you can expect to be extremely lonely, so now is the time to start learning before you are burned to a crisp struggling to read the screen. Before we get started, it is extremely important that you always wear sunglasses whenever you are outside. Even if you only plan to be outside for a couple of minutes, something can always happen where it is hours before you go inside. Treating a burn in your eye is much harder to do and is not something that is easy at all. It will also require the specialized attention of an eye doctor to ensure that your vision is not damaged. One of the first remedies that you should try is always drinking ample water. This is important because it helps to ensure that your body is fully hydrated. If you are dehydrated, it will cause your skin to dry out, which in turn can make it extremely difficult to soothe your skin to a level that is comfortable. If you are dehydrated, your skin is going to have a much harder time healing. Drinking plenty of water will be extremely helpful to ensure that you are getting all of the fluids that you need, not only for your health but also to improve the shape of your skin. Another highly effective solution is to use aloe vera. This is available in the form of gels, but can also be used directly from the plant. If you have access to an aloe vera plant, it is a wonderful way to ensure you are protecting your skin. If you have an aloe plant, you have access to a great asset. Used for more than just sunburns, an aloe plant is also highly effective for a plethora of other burns as well. You can also use cool milk compressors. It is important to use cool milk, not cold. If you use milk that is extremely cold, you will often find that it is extremely uncomfortable to the touch and is more disturbing than comforting. Using hot milk is also not effective since it will not properly soothe the skin. To get the biggest benefit possible from the cool milk compressors, you should take some cotton gauze or even some very soft cloth and soak them in milk. You will then dab the compress onto the skin. With some patience, all sunburns will of course heal. Trying to wait until they heal all on their own is not always possible. This can make it extremely difficult to work, get the rest you need and also function. A small amount of relief is always a welcome benefit for most people and is something that should never be discounted. Getting relief is possible and your skin will certainly appreciate the help. With so many people looking to save money, it is no wonder that home remedies are starting to see a rather significant increase in usage. What used to be simply a way to avoid going to the doctor has now turned into ways to save money, avoid doctors, use natural remedies and also treat problems at home without the need for specialized care. The exact type of home remedy that is best for your needs will likely vary depending on exactly what your problem is and how you are trying to handle it. The good thing is that there are several things you can do to ensure that you are spending your time on the right efforts, rather than wasting your time repeatedly. For most people it is rather difficult to create their own home remedy. This is because the idea is that home remedies have to be extremely complex. Most people do not really realize just how simple it can really be to create a home remedy. If you are offered the chance to create a home remedy, you can discover that it really is easy to do. Many people are thrilled to learn that home remedies are also extremely effective, and by working towards a common goal they can save money and feel better. The best home remedies are of course effective, however, this should be relative to your own experience. Some people have great luck with chicken noodle soup for a cold, others however are repulsed at the very smell of the soup. This will have a significant impact on just how effective the remedy is for you. Trying to make a remedy fit your situation that is grossly inappropriate will never provide you the best benefits. But this does not mean that you should not devote the time to trying to find the most effective remedies though. Other considerations should be what you are actually allergic to. For example, if you have a serious allergy to chlorine, you should avoid any home remedies that involve the use of chlorine. Struggling to just deal with your allergy for the benefit of a home remedy is never advised. Rather than trying to struggle along, you should work steadily to reduce the allergy and instead look for a different remedy that will not expose you to something that you are allergic to. This is a serious issue for some people, particularly if you have severe or near-fatal reactions to some allergens. Never take a gamble with your health while messing with your allergies. It is also extremely important to realize that typically, home remedies can do many things. Saving your life, if you have a terminal illness, is not a strength of the home remedy though. There will be a time in your life where it is much better to see a doctor. Knowing how to recognize these differences is extremely important and is something that you will not only need to know, but also must accept in order to have the best results. Trying to use a home remedy for acne prevention will do little to prevent or cure cancer if that is your actual problem. If you are not having any progress with the home remedy, then it is very important to start seeking help to ensure that you are getting the treatment you need. Home remedies can be wonderful as long as they are used appropriately. If you have a desire to really venture into the world of home remedies, it can be a lot of fun, but at the same time it is extremely important that you be fully aware of all of the potential risks. If you devote ample time to research, you should find that your home remedy ventures can actually be a lot of fun. Just be very careful to ensure you are getting the biggest benefits possible first. Never cut corners while you are using a home remedy either, this could cause a bad potential reaction that you might not be expecting. With any home remedy, it is extremely important that you understand thoroughly what is involved before you actually get started. Many remedies that might seem to be cheap are actually really expensive, and others that can seem extremely pricey are actually really cheap. In order to actually determine if a home remedy is within your budget, you need to first start studying the actual supplies that are called for, but have no fear. Most home remedies are extremely reasonably priced, and you can typically find the supplies already around your home. For the majority of home remedies, there will be a few items needed. A basic toolkit will be highly effective in ensuring that you are well prepared for any home remedy that you need to attempt. Some of the most common household supplies work well in most home remedies and can be easily purchased for a very reasonable fee. Never buy anything that you are unfamiliar with and just start mixing. This is particularly true in the event of some household chemicals, since you may accidentally create a massive dangerous science experiment in your own house. One of the most common problems that occurs is the presence of a burn of some sort. Most people, when they have a burn, will reach for a bottle of expensive gel. This is intended to help relieve the pain of the burn and soothe the skin. However, there is a much cheaper alternative. Your first choice is to start looking to items such as aloe vera plants, or even within the kitchen such foods like mustard and even milk are wonderful to help. Most people will tend to avoid mustard though, due to the color changing that can occur from prolonged usage. However, it works wonderfully in a pinch. Other common remedies include using baby powder to help absorb any excessive sweat as well as soothe chafing skin. This is something that is extremely common, especially amongst younger children, and is frequently continued on until the child grows up. Most adults do tend to forget about this particular home remedy until they are reminded. Ensuring that an ample supply of baby powder is in the house is typically quite effective in ensuring that there are no problems or complications with a rash or chafing that is unexpected. Acne is a problem that many adults battle for years. To combat it cheaply, using simple toothpaste at night is extremely effective. The active ingredients in the toothpaste will work to dry out the acne sore and help to clear it up in just a couple of days. In contrast, most acne treatments are extremely expensive and can require a large amount of money as well as time invested into the treatment plan in order to even begin to see improvements. This is not a process that is always effective for all skin types, but it is still possible to produce at least minor improvements. The absolute cheapest home remedy that you will find is for headaches. This involves nothing more than your own hands. Millions of people swear by using acupressure to help relieve the excessive pain of headaches. In order to obtain the full benefit, it is important to take the time to carefully learn where the pressure points in the hand are. As long as you are clear on the location of the pressure points in the hand, you should have great success using this method. It is also important to realize that knowing the correct amount of pressure to use is also vital to knowing the actual placement. With these two key pieces of knowledge, relief from your next headache could be only moments away. There is no reason to suffer any longer from excessive headaches. A free solution is readily available. As you can see, there are several things that you would typically keep around the house. Some are common remedies and others are much less popular. All of them are extremely affordable and work well to ensure that you are getting the best benefits possible for yourself and your wallet. With acid reflux causing so many significant problems for so many Americans, it is very important to ensure you can find relief as quickly as possible. What many people do not realize is that it is possible to find relief from the pain that acid reflux causes quite quickly as long as you know where to look. Of course, there are plenty of medications that you can purchase, however these tend to be extremely expensive, in addition to the fact that they are also accompanied by a large number of side effects. This, combined with a rather large price tag for all of the treatment, means it can be extremely difficult to even afford the relief. Home remedies are fabulous for acid reflux because there are several options to try out. This can range from the extremely simple to those techniques that are a bit more advanced. In order to find the best solution for your needs, it is important to ensure you try out several different methods. This will allow you to really find which method is best for you. If you are interested in preventing acid reflux before it even starts, you should seriously consider the foods that you are eating. By adjusting your diet and omitting foods that are extremely spicy, you can typically lower the occurrence of acid reflux. However, it is also extremely important to ensure that you are not missing out on the foods that you really enjoy. If you happen to discover that there are several foods you thoroughly enjoy which tend to aggravate, then you can always try taking 2 teaspoons of blackstrap molasses each day. Blackstrap molasses is available at most health stores and it is extremely effective in helping to reduce the occurrence of acid reflux. Other ways to help reduce the amount of reflux you suffer from is to reduce the size of your meals. If you are only eating 2 or 3 large meals each day, you will have significantly more difficulties lowering your symptoms. An easy way to lower your symptoms is to break your meals down into 6 or even 7 substantially smaller meals. By doing this, you are putting less pressure on your stomach and helping to soothe the occurrence of acid reflux. It is also helpful to adjust your bed a bit. If you are able to raise the angle of your bed by only 6 inches or so, you can significantly reduce the amount of acid that is attempting to move up your body. This can be extremely helpful if you are finding yourself continuously suffering symptoms while you are trying to sleep. Not everyone finds this to be helpful, but for people who suffer acid reflux symptoms while they are trying to sleep, it can be a significant help. Other suggestions to follow include looking to see if you can add more apples into your diet. If you consume an apple after each meal, it is said to substantially lower the amount of acid that you have in your stomach. By eating more apples as well, you are able to also add better foods to your diet, but it is important to ensure that you are eating the apple raw, rather than cooking it before eating. As you can see, there are several different options available for you to help improve your overall health. Getting the most out of your life is not impossible. Lowering the amount of acid reflux you suffer from really is possible, but it will take a good bit of effort on your behalf. Acid reflux is much better handled when you are making changes to your lifestyle and using natural home remedies to treat it. The time and expense that is associated with medical treatments is never any fun. This can all be avoided simply by looking towards some extremely effective home remedies and trying to ensure that you are thoroughly satisfied with how you feel.